Hello everyone, PallyTime. Welcome back to the A through Z playthrough. We've landed on Hanzo today. A character I've been playing all morning. Trying to get some practice in, trying to get this video done, and I'll just kind of show you how that's been going. Really fucking poorly. I'm so frustrated right now. I took a small break, collected myself, but every match I've been in have been complete stomps, and I honestly don't feel like it's my fault. We had a butcher that ended the game with 3 stacks. Immediately the next game, the enemy team has a butcher with 400 stacks. I've had 0 kill games for my whole team multiple times today. It's just been a really fucking stressful morning. Hanzo's currently the 4th lowest win rate in the game, sitting at 45%. Despite that, he still has a 20% popularity, putting him in the same relative league as characters like Li Ming and Deckard Cain, so people are playing him despite the fact that his win rate is low. He's a very difficult character to play, especially if you're using his most successful build at the moment, which is his scatter arrows. That is a very hard ability. But once you kind of master how to use it, your ability to play Hanzo goes up pretty substantially. I had a build for Hanzo that I used to really enjoy, and it involved using Redemption at level 1 and to sharpen arrowheads at level 7. The sharpened arrowheads allowed you to strip armor away from enemy opponents really, really easy. I believe it used to do 4 or 5 armor at a time. That has been nerfed substantially over the past few months, bringing his armor reduction down to 2 per hit. So it's not really valid anymore, which kind of sucks. So you're kind of forced into either a W or a Q build for Hanzo. And, well, that hasn't been going too well for me today, boys. He was shown off at BlizzCon 2017 along with Alex Straza. They released a cool Double Dragons t-shirt to commemorate the occasion. And he was released soon after in December of 2017. He was actually extremely undertuned when he came out. They had to do a lot of things like narrow the field that scatter shots could go in. They reduced the spread by 20%. They increased his Q damage. They lowered the cooldown on Dragon Strike to try to make it usable, but that doesn't really work because everyone just picks Dragon's Arrow anyway. He used to have a talent here at level 4 or level 7, I don't remember which one, that used to strip all shields. Like, if he hit you with a Q, you wouldn't have shields anymore, which was pretty strong versus the heroes in the game. It was removed shortly after because Phoenix was added. So, you know, oopsies, we forgot Phoenix. The character who has more shields and health was going to be added to the game. Better get rid of that talent. But he and Genji pretty much made it so you couldn't play squishy characters like Vala, like, I would say Chromie. I guess we have longer range than Chromie if we go Q Quest. They made it really difficult to play squishy characters because you'd be a safe distance away, then all of a sudden you get chunked for 800 health coming out of nowhere from a Hanzo with an arrow shot, and then Genji jumps in on you and just kills you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on the Altaric Pass today. I've done a couple games in a row with a Q build, and it seems fine. It seems good. It just doesn't have the same, like, burst damage potential Simple Geometry. Simple Geometry and his W build in general are the most popular right now. And not only are they most popular, but they're also the highest win rate, which usually doesn't happen, honestly. So I guess we're going to try it one more time. I've kind of jumped back and forth between which build I've been using in these games. A lot of our fights are going to be in these smaller enclosed little areas, though, so I think it'll actually be pretty good on this particular map. Good luck, have fun. Even though I'm a salty, miserable piece of shit at the moment, doesn't mean I can't be polite. So, the quest for our W ability is focused around bouncing it off of the environment, like that versus Stitches. By the way, great save by our team keeping Jaina alive there. Holy shit. Bouncing it off of our environment and into our adversaries to deal as much damage as possible. Getting used to this can be very, very hard. Very, very hard. Uh-oh. This looks sketchy as fuck. Right, I'm gonna go back to the base. Small tip, if you're looking to get better heroes, is in a situation like this where I know I'm going to be going to another lane anyway, don't use your sippy cup. Just go back to the base, get health. I think people need to go back and get health significantly more than they do. But go back, get health, and then come back in. We're sitting at 7 stacks for our scatter arrows so far, which I'm pretty happy with. Speak of the devil, there's Phoenix. Wish I had that armor remover talent now, or shield remover. Another tip for playing Hanzo is before you shoot off your scatter arrow, one thing I've been doing that makes my job a little bit easier, especially if they're longer range shots like the one we just did, is just stop moving. Use your S key, plant your character, plant your feet, and then try to shoot that thing off. Especially depending on how you're walking towards the wall you're going to be using, as you move, the angle can get more and more and more difficult. So do yourself a favor and... okay, dodged, we're fine. Do yourself a favor, take some time, get that skill shot just right before you fire it off. That second or two you save, or the second or two you use to make sure the angle's right, could be the difference between a kill and a completely missed skill shot like the one I just did. So, again, just a small tip there. That being said, I'm, not a great Hanzo player, as I'm sure you can already tell. I'll just try to get in the way here and body block for Stukov. Probably should have done that a little bit sooner, but I didn't. These guys are moving in, man. So scatter arrow does more damage to non-heroes, is going to make it so our scatter arrow can clear camps with complete relative ease. Not that this is a camp-heavy map, but it does have a couple bosses on it, and we can take those bosses pretty easily with this build. We're getting pretty good stacks in here as well. I actually didn't realize this before, but the ponds here actually count as walls for us to shoot our scatter arrows off of. Now, scatter arrow does do damage if it hits a hero directly, but that is never how you should be using the ability. You want to make sure that you hit a wall with it first, because if it hits the wall, that's when it shatters and splashes out that extra damage. We're losing our tank, so I guess we're not moving to this objective right away, so I'm going to sit in lane a little bit more and try to clear it. We did pick up a talent at level 4 that allows us to deal increased damage to minions, monsters, and mercenaries. So it's a pretty good talent for that. Pretty good talent for any PvE situation. Our Jaina, in a bit of a rough spot here, is going to be taken down. I shouldn't have gotten that close to Zul, but you know what? I already did. Trying to back out here. Hopefully we can just disengage and we don't lose anyone else. Nice try on the hook. Nice try, bud. Let's try to move down here. Oh, terrible shot off of the objective. Didn't take that into consideration. I can interrupt this with our sonic arrow. At least I thought I could. Did it not get there in time? We need 3 more stacks for our Q, or excuse me, for our W. Once we do that, it's going to shoot off 2 more projectiles, which of course means it's going to be dealing more damage. It's going to be even more lethal. Do we have... Oh, nice hook. I can always appreciate good Stitches hooks. Doesn't matter if they're on my team or the enemy team. I got a good scatter arrow in on Zul there. Completed my quest. Did a decent amount of damage. Just gonna totally disengage from that with their natural agility. You know, that's part of Hanzo that I've never really understood. You give a character some of the longest range in the game. You make it so he can't regenerate himself in order to balance that range out, right? He has no self-sustain. He has to rely on other people to keep him alive in a lot of ways. But then you give him a free get-out-of-jail card with his trait. And he could just, you know... no big deal. I'll just go ahead and fucking leave, boys. Never quite understood that decision-making. Our scatter arrow didn't go super well. We're once again losing our tank. He's going back to get mana. But we might be able to start channeling. Go ahead and try to scout this out a little bit further. That's a good scatter arrow opportunity there. Removing most of the shields from Phoenix, but not all of it. If we went for a Q build, we'd be able to shoot our Q over into their base at this point, honestly. It'd be pretty good. Gonna use that little lip of a wall to get out, but Zul with the flank is likely gonna take me down. I'll just shoot one more scatter arrow before I presumably die.
And you lost another killing spree.
That was a good try. That was a good flank on his part, actually. Without our tank, maybe the right play wasn't even to go in there. I don't really know. Gul'dan's in a good spot here. Not focusing Zul, though, who's right in front of him and low on health. Muradin does secure the kill. Ariel does stop the cap. Jaina coming back in now. Pretty low on health. The Blizzard is enough with her Q to finish off Phoenix. Now she is overextending onto the back line, but luckily not being punished for it too hard. Now the enemy team's Mephisto is running towards her, though. I'm on my way back in right now. Oh. Yeah, it looks like they got him as well. Never mind, stun missed. Never mind. So they should be able to channel this without me. So I was actually going to start this camp, but I wasn't quite able to do it in time. Now, our scatter arrow build would actually be pretty good versus this objective as well, because... Ooh, hello. Because it counts, you know, as a minion, mercenary, or monster. So we should do increased damage if the enemy team gets it. Once we get piercing arrows, we become a fucking monster with this build. Just fucking cleaving through everything. I hope we pursue this pretty aggressively. Beautiful. Beautiful shot there. He stunned right at the perfect moment. We're going to be picking up Dragon Arrow. This is a pretty cool ability. The further it travels over a map... It's a global... Okay, first of all, I should start off. It's a global skill shot. The further it travels over a map, the more damage it... Actually, does it scale damage or is it just stun time? It does scale damage. So it stuns for longer. The further it travels, and you can see like these little increases on its skill shot there. So let's go ahead and shoot Zul with it. Or that. Okay. Nice. Horrifying. Beautiful. Good chunk on Ariel there, too. If I do say so myself. Now, I want to auto-attack these guys, but I have to be able to do it from a safe location. I think it's time for me to leave. Hey, bud. Trying to keep him at bay, too.
Kill this wretched hero.
Yeah, she needs to be careful, middle. They called it. Should I go back and get health, or should I... Let's see how easily we can take this camp, actually. I don't know. So, the strategy is, you want it completely stacked up. Every auto attack takes 2.5 seconds off of your scatter arrow cooldown. This used to be 4 seconds, by the way. This talent at level 7 used to be 4 seconds off your scatter arrow cooldown, and it felt like fucking Hanzo could take a boss in 2 seconds after he hit level 7. Like, it felt like it took no fucking time at all. So, not quite the case anymore. But, especially if we had someone to tank this, we could just demolish stuff like this, no problem. The trick is to just keep them next to the wall and make sure that you're aiming your scatter arrow so as many projectiles as possible land directly into the camp that you're trying to take. And, I mean, this is good on pretty much any map with a strong mercenary camp, like the new Hanamura. I imagine it'd be pretty good on. I'm not sure how this started or why Muradin wasn't coming back, but, you know, at least Stukov's okay. Auto attack, scatter. Auto attack minion, auto attack a minion.
Show them that no orc can be imprisoned for long.
It doesn't really matter what I auto attack in those fights, as long as I auto attack. Looks like our push is getting a little bit of value, distracting them from the middle lane. Once again, a great Horrify. I'm trying to wait for him to go into his base. We had our Q ready to go. One more auto attack. Oh, shit. Is this a Gorge Stitches, by the way? I haven't looked. Every one of those arrows missed. That fucking sucks. We are going to go for Ninja Assassin. Every time we land our Q, it's going to lower our natural agility cooldown. Which simply means that we're going to be able to get out of jail free more often. Which, you know, sounds pretty fucking good to me. Go ahead and try to scout this out a little bit more. That was good damage to Stitches. That was damn good damage to Stitches.
survive will wonders never cease. A double kill.
Goodbye, everybody. Let's try to peel for Stukov more. If we can keep our healer alive. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know what happened in that fight, but just based off of what happened down here with Stitches just beating him up and Muradin ignoring it, we probably want to pay a little bit more attention to him. The enemy team has not channeled yet. Should I fire off a stun at this? I don't think so. Muradin actually did a great job of delaying that there. Really, really good job. And now the team's gonna be here to engage. Beautiful scatter, if I do say so myself. We need to stop just letting Zul fucking auto-attack Clevis. This is how he's living. Make sure we get that stun. Scatter to the back. Another good scatter. Oh, God. That sucks. Good stun on Ariel. Good positioning here, too. Jaina and him should be able to take him down, no problem. Hopefully he got Skullcracker. Wait, no. You should have given him the axe. I said Skullcracker, I meant give him the axe. With a Jaina on your team, that's guaranteed crits every single fucking auto attack. Could be real good. Granted, I play Muradin a little bit different than most people, so who knows. Gul'dan is on his way back in right now. The enemy team, their tank and healer, are going to be dead for another 10 seconds-ish. It's another 15 before they get back into the fight, so they're probably not going to be contesting this one. And this is going to be going in our favor. We've done 42,000 damage this game. I'm pretty happy with that. It's actually the most damage I've done in any of the matches I've played today. So it feels really good. Actually pretty happy with my scatter shots too. They've been flying pretty true. Hopefully everyone's able to just walk away from that. We want to clear this lane. Once we hit 16, we're going to be able to get Pierce on our scatter shot, which means our lane clear is going to be laughable. It's stupid how good it gets. Especially with this cooldown reduction tied in as well. It's fucking... Oh, these hooks! It's pretty good. Good scatter shot there. Gonna stun. Did the stun go through her? Stop stacking on Zul. He's spread out. Fuck. If he cleaves all of you, he heals off all of you. Jesus.
The dragon.
If we just spread out, his build does nothing. Nice. Just gonna fire these off. Dude, piercing arrows is strong. Piercing arrows is really good. Alright, just backing up. I'm gonna auto-attack this wall just to lower the cooldown on the scatter.
This is the last blow you strike against the Horde.
They're pinging boss right now. Which, because I'm not live streaming, may not be a shit idea. We can clear it pretty quickly. We need Jaina to come down too, though. We need everyone here if we're going to be doing dumb plays like this. So again, look at this clear speed and know that it used to be better. Isn't this nuts? Isn't that fucking absurd? It used to be stronger. If we go up to top lane right now, we get a free boss there too. We already have the fort down in the bottom lane, so this thing is going to push in towards core, and they're going to have to deal with that. Now, that being said, they have an auto-attack build Zul, so they're going to be able to do that no problem. They're going to be able to kill this thing off pretty quickly. So we need to make sure that we're moving up as a team. So far, Muradin's the only one on the same page with me, but you know what? That's okay. Auto-attack. Auto-attack. There we go. Good job, team.
So they can
Good job.
for us once more.
I kind of think we push in with this one. Yeah, maybe not. Let's scout this out a little bit. We see the enemy team in their base right now. Yeah, Zul's using his ult, man. Let's just back up. Take this over as soon as possible.
I'm counting on you to get them out of
I mean, we clear these pretty easy, too. I think this build with Redemption could be really fun, but then you miss out on the extra. Yeah, maybe that would be fun. I haven't tried that today. Redemption, so we get faster auto attacks, and then just fucking spam scattershot arrows out everywhere. Now, while this is happening, we do have middle lane pushing as well. We have really good map control here. Feels really good, man. So it looks like we're going to get a full channel here. Let's go for perfect agility, because I've been getting hooked a lot. And that'll make my life a little bit easier in that regard. I'm going to scout this out one more time. Get Ariel off that mount. And I'm just trying to keep these guys at bay. I don't know where Gul'dan was to get that kill, but apparently there's a fight going on in the middle lane right now. I mean, that stun wasn't exactly how I wanted it, but not complaining. No, don't let him leave! Oh my god, that scatter. Oh man, that fucking scatter. Scatter's actually really satisfying. When you do it right. Well, it looks like against all the fucking odds, I'm actually gonna win a Hanzo game today. I'm gonna be honest. With how Squadron ended, I wanted to make a video like separately about this and go a lot more in depth, but I thought the least I say about it, the better, because it'll pass faster, right? But with the way Squadron ended, I felt led on a lot. I felt lied to a lot. And I haven't been dealing with that stress very well at all. So you may have noticed that I've been a little bit more salty. I haven't been playing as well. Usually when it's just... So when the camera's on, I can usually ignore everything else, and when mistakes happen, it's like, just sweep it under the rug. But when there's another fucking thing pulling at my attention all the time and bringing my mood down and making me feel bad, on top of shitty games and Heroes of the Storm, it becomes a little less hard to smile for the camera, you know what I'm saying? So, I apologize if my mood has been shit lately. I know it's been shit. I'm trying to get better. I've never called myself a positive person, but you guys always tell me you like me for my fucking positivity for some reason. Even though I'm really salty all the time. But just so I'm trying to get over this funk I'm in and move to greener pastures. So we went for simple geometry and to serrated arrows, never outmatched Dragon's Arrow, Ninja, Assassin, Piercing, and a perfect agility. Our stats were this. Not terrible, not great. Well, take care, everybody. See you next time. Oh, we get to play Illidan. That'll be fun. Okay, bye.